The cold wind cut through my jacket as I approached the looming gates of St. Augustine's boarding school. The once grand institution stood in eerie disrepair, its crumbling facade a testament to its dark history. As I stepped through the threshold, a chill ran down my spine, as if the very walls whispered secrets of the past. Inside, the air was heavy with a stifling silence, broken only by the sound of my own footsteps echoing down the empty corridors. Dust-covered portraits of stern-faced headmasters lined the walls, their eyes following me with an unsettling intensity. The school seemed frozen in time, trapped in a perpetual state of decay. As night descended, the atmosphere transformed, and the school revealed its true nature. Shadows danced along the walls, whispering secrets of forgotten tragedies. The spirits of former students seemed to linger, their presence palpable. I could almost hear the echoes of their anguished cries, trapped within these hallowed halls. I ventured into the abandoned classrooms, each one a shrine to lost dreams and broken spirits. The walls bore the scars of desperate attempts to escape, etched with haunting messages of despair. The remnants of discarded belongings littered the floor, remnants of lives interrupted. In the heart of the school, I discovered the Forbidden Wing, a place whispered about in hushed tones. As I ascended the decrepit stairs, a sense of dread washed over me, warning me to turn back. But curiosity drove me forward, deeper into the labyrinthine corridors that held the school's darkest secret. The dormitory rooms were frozen in time, as if the spirits of the past refused to let go. The beds lay disheveled, their sheets stained and torn. The whispers grew louder, the spectral voices of tormented souls seeking solace. It was here that I felt a presence, an invisible entity that watched my every move, its malevolence permeating the very air I breathed. In the dimly lit library, ancient tomes lined the shelves, their pages filled with forbidden knowledge. I reached out to touch a weathered book, and as my fingers made contact, a surge of energy coursed through me. Visions of tragedy and suffering flooded my mind, overwhelming my senses. It was as if the ghosts of the past demanded to be heard. A sudden gust of wind extinguished the flickering candles, plunging me into darkness. Panic gripped my heart as I realized I was not alone. Whispers surrounded me, a cacophony of despair and anguish. I could feel icy breath upon my neck, a chilling reminder of the spirits that lurked just beyond my sight. With trembling hands, I fumbled for my flashlight, desperate to pierce the suffocating blackness. Its feeble beam revealed fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures, their ethereal forms darting in and out of my vision. They seemed to taunt me, a spectral dance of torment and malice. As I fled down the corridor, my footsteps thundered against the worn floorboards. The spirits pursued me relentlessly, their mournful wails echoing through the halls. Doors slammed shut behind me, trapping me in a nightmare from which I couldn't awaken. Desperation consumed me as I searched for an escape, but the school seemed intent on keeping me within its haunted embrace. With a final surge of adrenaline, I burst through the main entrance, gasping for breath. The night air was a welcome relief, cleansing me of the oppressive presence that had haunted me within those walls. As I looked back at St. Augustine's boarding school, a sense of sorrow and dread washed over me, knowing that its dark legacy would continue to ensnare the unwary. The haunted boarding school had claimed its victims, but the echoes of their suffering would forever linger. Those who dared to tread its halls would be forever marked by the horrors they had witnessed. St. Augustine stood as a testament to the darkness that can reside within even the most innocent of places, a place where the lost souls of the past forever roam, seeking solace that can never be found. As I approached the towering iron gates of St. Augustine's boarding school, a chilling wind swept through the desolate grounds. The once regal institution stood in ominous disarray, its Gothic architecture casting long shadows in the fading light. Goosebumps prickled on my skin as I crossed the threshold, feeling an invisible barrier that separated the world outside from the haunted secrets within. Inside, the heavy oak doors creaked open, revealing a grand foyer shrouded in gloom. Dust particles floated through the air, caught in the beams of sunlight that struggled to penetrate the stained glass windows. The air was thick with an oppressive silence, broken only by the distant sound of my footsteps echoing ominously through the empty corridors. I ventured deeper into the school, exploring the forgotten classrooms that lay frozen in time. Desks and chairs were scattered haphazardly, remnants of past students who had long departed. The walls, once adorned with vibrant displays of knowledge, now bore the scars of neglect, peeling paint revealing glimpses of the underlying darkness that permeated every inch of the school. As night descended, the atmosphere shifted, revealing the true nature of St. Augustine's. Shadows danced and writhed along the walls, manifesting in grotesque shapes that seemed to mock the living. The air grew heavy with a sense of foreboding, as if the spirits of the departed were awakening to claim their territory once more. In the dormitory wing, the ghostly remnants of past students seemed to linger. Whispers echoed through the halls, carried on the wind that seeped through the cracked windows. Their disembodied voices wailed and moaned, forever trapped in a purgatory of lost dreams and shattered hopes. I could almost feel their presence, a tingling on the back of my neck that refused to dissipate. Determined to unravel the mysteries that plagued the school, I ventured into the Forbidden Wing, a place rumored to house the darkest secrets of St. Augustine's. The temperature plummeted as I crossed the threshold, an icy grip tightening around my heart. The air grew thick with a suffocating energy, a palpable malevolence that clung to the walls like a noxious fog. Within the Forbidden Wing, the rooms held remnants of unspeakable horrors. Faded bloodstains marked the floors, and tattered remains of torn uniforms whispered tales of cruelty and suffering. The walls seemed to weep, their peeling wallpaper dripping with spectral tears that mirrored the pain and despair of those who had endured unimaginable torment within these walls. In the dimly lit library, the scent of decaying books hung in the air. I ran my fingers over the spines, feeling a chill course through my veins with each touch. Ancient tomes held untold knowledge, written by twisted minds that sought to unlock the mysteries of the supernatural. As I delved into their pages, whispers filled the room, a cacophony of voices seeking to share their haunting truths. A sudden gust of wind extinguished the flickering candles, plunging me into impenetrable darkness. Panic welled within me as I became acutely aware that I was no longer alone. Whispers surrounded me, growing louder and more insistent. I could hear the anguished cries of tormented souls, their spectral forms darting just beyond the reach of my sight. With trembling hands, I fumbled for my flashlight, desperate to pierce the suffocating blackness. Its feeble beam revealed fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures, their ethereal forms lurking at the edge of my vision. They seemed to taunt me, their presence an intangible threat that lingered just out of reach, their whispers a constant torment. As I fled down the corridor, the sound of my racing footsteps drowned out the mournful wails that pursued me. Doors slammed shut behind me, trapping me within a nightmare from which I feared I would never awaken. The malevolent force within St. Augustine seemed determined to keep me within its clutches, as as if it derived pleasure from tormenting those who dared to disturb its slumber. With a final surge of adrenaline, I burst through the main entrance, gasping for breath. The moonlit grounds offered a fleeting sense of solace, but my heart still pounded with the weight of the terrors I had witnessed within those haunted walls. St. Augustine's boarding school stood as a testament to the darkness that can consume even the most venerable institutions, a place where lost souls forever roamed, seeking solace that could never be found. The haunting presence of St. Augustine's would forever haunt my dreams, a reminder that the past is never truly laid to rest. Its halls echoed with the anguished cries of the forgotten, a perpetual symphony of sorrow that resounded within the hearts of those who dared to venture too close. St. Augustine's boarding school would forever serve as a chilling reminder that some secrets are better left buried in the shadows, lest they consume us whole.